finally on my lunch break. What are you up to, Amy? Gonna get something to eat?
Hey, Jake. Just finished lunch, and now I'm doing some exercise. Nothing strenuous, though. You know how I used to do yoga? Thought I'd get back into it.
Oh yeah, yoga for weight maintenance, right? You're always into that. Didn't you do yoga when you were pregnant the first time too?
Yeah, it's the same thing as I was doing before. Obviously, I can't do anything too intense because I'm pregnant, but apparently there's nothing wrong with a little light exercise. I figured it'd be a good idea to roll out the yoga mat this time around, too.
It's not making much of a difference though, is it? Your belly has gotten huge lately. It wasn't like that before, right?
You know, they say that after your first pregnancy, your stomach muscles get stretched out, and it's a lot easier to get big around the middle. I don't think it's anything to worry about, though, since it doesn't affect the baby in any way.
Come on, Amy. Stretched out muscles is not the only problem here. You've been letting yourself go since Travis was born. Didn't you think that has something to do with how much weight you've gained recently?
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't think my daily routine has changed that much since Travis was born. Truth is, I probably get even more exercise than before because I'm always chasing him around.
Yeah, but you probably eat back whatever calories you burn playing with Travis. That's why you've gotten so fat.
I don't think I eat that much. But then again, sometimes when Travis can't finish his food, I'll eat whatever is left over. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm eating a little more than I usually do.
Oh my god, you're driving me crazy! What happened to you? You were never like that before. You know I can't stand fatties.
What do you mean, fatty? There's nothing I can do about it. I'm pregnant. It's perfectly normal to gain a little weight.
Like I said, you never gained that much weight the first time. Stretched out muscles. Travis is leftovers. Are you kidding me? Those are just lame excuses to hide the fact that you're lazy.
I'm telling you, they're not just excuses. It's a well-known fact that women who have given birth before will experience greater changes to their bodies the second time around.
I don't know about any of that scientific mumbo-jumbo, but what I do know is that you shouldn't be making excuses. Why don't you put in a little more effort and try something, anything?
Yeah, well, easier said than done. I've heard that extreme dieting is really bad, and it can have negative effects on a baby. What if something happened to our baby because I started dieting?
That's just another excuse. Are you telling me there's nothing you can do? I'm not asking you to do anything extreme. I'm saying you should figure out where you can cut some calories and start from there. If you don't get your body back to the way it was before, I'm gonna be too embarrassed to walk down the street with you.
You don't have to be so mean about it. Gaining weight is a natural part of being pregnant and giving birth. Why can't you understand that?
I know that women get big when they're pregnant. The real problem here is your attitude.
My attitude?
Who cares if I gain weight?
That's what you think, isn't it? What I can't stand is that attitude of yours.
It's not like I'm bothering anyone if I gain a little weight, though. Sure, my looks may change, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's natural.
I married you because I liked the way you looked when you were skinny. But if you go and get fat now that we're married, well, that's basically fraud. I would never have married you if I'd been as big as you are now.
Calling it fraud is a little harsh, don't you think? You don't have to be so mean about it.
As far as I'm concerned, it's no different from fraud. It is your job to keep your body in good shape, understand?
Okay. If you put it that way, I'll do what I can to lose weight. But I can't do anything that will harm the baby, okay? Can we at least agree on that point?
Obviously, that goes without saying. Okay then, starting now, you're on a diet. You better work hard to get your body back in the way it was. Hey Amy, how's the diet going today? You didn't eat anything other than what I told you to, right?
Yeah, about that. I think I should stop.
Huh? Stop what? Don't tell me you want to stop dieting.
Yeah, I do. To be honest, lately I've been cutting way too many calories, and I feel sick all the time.
Oh, there's that attitude again. That's why you can't lose any weight. I go out of my way to plan meals and an exercise routine for you, and you have the nerve to tell me you think it's too much and you want to quit.
Your idea of a meal plan is 1 meal a day, and I can't eat anything but salad. As for an exercise routine, you've got me running marathons day in and day out. It's way too much. I'm going to pass out before I lose all the weight you want me to.
What'd you expect? I can't go easy on you because you're not losing any weight. If anything, you've gained weight. Haven't you noticed that your belly is sticking out even more than before?
My due date is just around the corner. Of course my belly is going to be bigger than it was before.
No. The real reason is that you've been slacking off. Calling you fatty is putting it lightly. These days, you look more like a sumo wrestler. I can't even look at you, you're disgusting. Can you please take this more seriously? It's your fault that the diet isn't working.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not dieting that I have a problem with. It's the fact that I'm eating for 2 now. And if I continue this insane diet, it's going to harm our baby. What are you going to do if something bad happens because of your obsession with my weight?
You got proof that the baby is in danger? Or are you just making this up as you go along?
Why are you accusing me of lying?
Because that's exactly what you're doing. There's no proof that little dieting is gonna hurt the baby. Besides, with the extra weight you're packing, our baby has plenty to eat. Truth is, you just don't want to diet, do you? Using the baby as an excuse is pathetic.
I didn't want to freak you out, so I didn't bring it up earlier. You know how I went for my regular checkup today? Well, the doctor told me to stop this crazy diet. Are you saying you want me to ignore what the doctor said and keep dieting?
Are you kidding me right now? It's so obvious that you're making that up. How can you not be ashamed of yourself after telling such a straight lie?
It's not a lie, for God's sake. What makes you think that?
I asked if you had any proof, and then you come up with this random story about the doctor. The fact that you had such a quick comeback makes it obvious that you made it up on the spot.
That's what the doctor really said. Why don't you believe me?
Why would anyone believe someone like you? You can't even do a simple thing like stick to a diet. You're a quitter. Nothing you says has any credibility.
Why don't you come with me to my next checkup then? If you don't believe me, maybe the doctor can convince you.
Yeah, well, I'm busy, so that's not happening. Besides, if you've got all this free time to come up with long-winded excuses, maybe you should buckle down and do the diet right for once. If you want me to believe you, you've got to lose weight first.
If I keep following your diet and something happens to our baby, what are you going to do then? Are you telling me you don't care about the consequences?
Nothing is gonna happen. I've said it a billion times already. As a mother, you should have a little more faith in your own kid.
Are you really that stupid? I can't understand how you can be totally fine with putting your child in danger, all because you want me to lose weight.
What I can't understand is how you can be totally fine with getting so fat. It's like I lost a bet and was forced to marry a sumo wrestler. Think about what I'm going through here.
Can't believe you would say something like that to your pregnant wife. It's beyond insensitive. It's downright rude.
Yeah, well, my insensitivity is not nearly as bad as your belly spilling out over your pants. I'm gonna be straight with you. If you get any fatter than this, I want a divorce. I mean it. There is no way I'm gonna be stuck with a fatty for the rest of my life.
Oh, is that so? Well, why don't you go ahead and divorce me then? This whole thing is exhausting. If that's what you want, I'd be happy to oblige.
Do you hear yourself right now? Exhausting? How can you be exhausted when all you've been doing is slacking off? I'm not joking around here. You better start taking this diet seriously. It's my day off tomorrow, so I'm going to make sure that you're doing it right.
Do whatever you like. I don't care anymore.
That's just screwed up. You think I'm going to go easy on you if you act like you don't care? Tomorrow, I'm going to make sure you make up for all the exercise you haven't been doing lately. You better be ready. Hey, Amy, did you finish running that marathon today? I'll seriously divorce you if you don't lose weight, so you better finish that run.
It pains me to think that you're my son.
What the heck are you talking about? Stop talking crazy and finish your run. When you get back, you've got weight training to do too. So hurry up already.
You're the one who's talking crazy. I've had it with you. Get a divorce and I'll take care of my daughter-in-law and grandson. A man who cannot understand what his pregnant wife is going through has no right being a husband.
Seriously, can you stop it already? What do you mean daughter-in-law and grandson? You're talking about you and Travis, right?
I'm not Amy, you idiot. I can't handle this anymore. As your mother, there is nothing more shameful and embarrassing than what you're putting me through right now.
What do you mean as your mother? Hey, wait a second, Mom, is that you? What the heck is going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on here. Amy came to me for help.
She came to you for help? For what? Is Travis there with you too? Amy brought him along, right?
Of course she brought him along. Anyway, what were you thinking when you made her take Travis on a run? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is?
That's not what I heard. She told me that Travis was going over to his friend's house to play, but that's besides the point. Answer my question. What do you mean Amy came to you for help?
Do I really need to spell it for you? Her baby was put in serious danger, no thanks to her idiot of a husband. It's no wonder she came to me for help.
All I asked her to do was go on a diet. What's so dangerous about that?
When you told her to go on a diet, were you hoping to put in harm's way like this? Your wife could go into labor at any moment and you made her run a marathon? If that wasn't bad enough, you didn't even let her eat proper meals. What in the world were you thinking?
Come on, you saw what she looks like. Are you telling me that you don't get what I'm trying to do here? Ever since Amy got pregnant, she has ballooned in size. I mean, she's huge. That's why I tried to make her lose weight.
How stupid can you be? Amy is not fat. She's pregnant. That's why her belly has gotten so big. Forcing her to go on a diet when she's pregnant like this, it's absolutely absurd. You really are a first-class idiot.
Mom, you have no idea what you're talking about. When she was pregnant with Travis, her belly never stuck out like that. That's why I told her to lose some weight.
That's because this is her second pregnancy. Everyone knows that women gain more weight than the second time. Why are you so concerned about how her body looks anyway?
Who wouldn't be concerned about their wife's looks? I like the way she looked when she was skinny. It's as simple as that. Looks are important, you know.
More important than your baby's life. Your physical preferences are nothing in comparison. You're a father, for heaven's sake. How can you not understand that?
Oh, Amy is making a huge fuss over nothing. There is no way a little diet is going to harm the baby. Now you believe it too? Just listen to yourself, Mom. It's crazy.
A pregnant woman is responsible not only for her own well-being, but for the well-being of her baby as well. That means that she needs to get enough nutrition to feed 2 people. Despite this fact, you make her go on diet? Of course it's going to harm the baby. Anyone with half a brain could figure that out. Why is it so difficult for you to get it through your thick skull?
Yeah, well, we haven't had any problems with the diet so far.
That's just because you got lucky. What you call a little diet is posing a serious threat to your baby's life. Babies are incredibly fragile, especially at this stage in her development.
Even I know that much.
No, you don't. You know absolutely nothing about babies, and that's why you made her diet like this. You said you haven't had any problems with the diet so far, but what about after Amy gives birth? There's a chance that the doctors will find something wrong with the baby, but you keep insisting that she go on a diet, regardless of the risks.
Wait a second. You and Amy are blowing this way out of proportion. I think you guys need to tone it down a bit.
I've had enough. I can't have a conversation with someone as stupid as you. Don't contact us ever again.
What? You have no business telling me that I can't contact them. I'm Amy's husband, and the father of my children. It's my right to talk to them.
Who cares about your rights as a father? Having parental rights doesn't mean that you can raise a child properly. What children need are nourishing meals and a healthy environment to grow up in. Even if you and Amy stay together, you can't provide your children with what they need. This is not up for discussion. I'm telling you to get a divorce.
Jake, it's me, Amy. It's been a while. Do you have a minute to talk?
Amy, thank God. I haven't been back since that day, and I haven't heard from you. I was worried. Why didn't you come home?
I assume you've heard from your mother that I want a divorce.
I can't believe you're bringing up divorce when we have a child on the way.
The children and I will be perfectly fine without you worrying about us. Honestly, were you actually worried about us at all? I highly doubt it, considering what you made me do.
Can we just forget about the diet for a second? What's more important is that you come home quick. Your due date is coming up, isn't it? How much longer are you planning on acting like a runaway?
That was my reason for contacting you today.
And what's that exactly? Oh, wait a second, why are you talking all weird? You sound like a telemarketer talking to some random person on the phone. We're married, aren't we? Stop acting so cold.
Getting a divorce means we cut all ties. You're like a stranger to me, and I was raised to be polite to strangers.
Oh, what a pain in the ass. You're just as screwed up as ever. It's fine, let's just forget about it. So, what is it that you want to tell me?
It's about the baby. I wanted to inform you that the baby was born the other day without any complications. You are the father, so it's only polite to let you know.
What? Are you kidding me? You already had the baby! But there was still plenty of time before your due date, wasn't there? I can't believe you had the baby so soon! This must be a joke.
It's all because of your diet. The baby and I had reached our limit. We couldn't take it anymore. I didn't have a choice. The baby had to be born early, so the doctor ordered a C-section.
No, hold up a sec. Really? You already had the baby and you didn't tell me? I can't believe it.
It's true. I'm telling you now, aren't I? That's why I contacted you today.
Yeah, now you're letting me know. That's the problem. Why am I only finding out about this after the fact? I'm the father, for God's sake.
The baby was in critical condition because of you. You're the one who put the baby's life in danger. I had no obligation to let someone like you know that I was about to give birth. I'm glad I told you after the fact. You have nothing to complain about. If anything, you should be grateful that I even contacted you at all.
Are you crazy? How is it my fault that the baby's life was in danger? You're only saying that because you have a grudge against me, isn't that right? To think that's why you wouldn't tell your own husband that you were gonna give birth. You're a failure as a mother and a wife.
Call me whatever you want. I'd rather be a failure as a wife than continue being married to someone who can't admit that he was wrong. And by the way, when are you going to stop acting like my husband? It's creeping me out.
Quit messing around! I haven't agreed to getting a divorce. Stop acting like you made the decision and we're already split up. Getting a divorce requires mutual consent from both of us.
No, it doesn't actually.
Huh?
Everything you've done, everything you've said lately has been intolerable. You have caused me a great deal of mental pain and distress. And on top of that, there is what happened with the baby. There is no way I could continue being in a relationship with you as husband and wife. If this divorce goes to court, I'm guaranteed to win.
Are you gonna take me to court? Are you joking? It's just a simple divorce. Why'd you have to turn into such a big deal?
Well, if you don't agree to this simple divorce, then we're going to court. Besides, there's also the consolation money and child support that you'll have to pay. Come to think of it, it's actually better for me if you disagree and the divorce goes to court. So that's how it is. What is your decision going to be?
How can you expect me to come up with an answer when you've dumped this on me out of the blue? You made a completely one-sided decision, and now you're forcing me to agree with it. That's just wrong. We should sit down and discuss this together.
The woman I married wasn't a fatty. That's what you said, wasn't it? You're the one who made a one-sided decision and forced me to go on a diet without listening to anything I had to say about it. Now you're on the receiving end of a one-sided decision and you don't like it. Do you expect me to feel sorry for you?
But I don't want to get a divorce. If we get divorced, what am I going to do?
You have nothing to worry about. It's just a simple divorce. All you're going to lose is your family and some money. It's not like I'm asking you to put your life in any danger. Compared with forcing your pregnant wife to go on an extreme diet when she is practically ready to give birth, getting a divorce is the safest thing in the world. After that, Jake reluctantly agreed to the divorce and ended up paying the consolation money as well as child support. Since the divorce, the children and I have been living with my mother-in-law until we can get back on our feet. She was totally understanding when she took us in, saying that this whole mess was her son's fault. Now I can finally live my life in peace. As for Jake, not only did he lose me and the kids in the divorce, but his mother also cut ties with him completely. I don't know if he was suffering from stress or what, but he started binging on food and alcohol and gained a ton of weight. I heard that he's single, and even bigger than I was during my pregnancy. I don't want to be rude, but apparently his body has become ridiculously huge. I mean sumo wrestler huge. If I ever saw him again, I'd recommend that he give his own diet a try. The same diet he forced me to go on when I was pregnant. I'd love to see just how much weight he